Hi there and welcome back. Let us look at this problem here. We have a stir tank heater which we have already developed a dynamic model for. But right now we want to discuss the types of controls such as feedback or feed forward. We are not going to get too much into details such as positive or negative. We're just going to look at it in general. The first question is we want to identify the control objective. Let's let the control objective be the temperature, the operating temperature. We want it to be a specific temperature at temperature T, and we also want to maintain a desired level inside of the tank. Second question is identify the input variables and classify them as manipulated or disturbance. So the manipulated here, it's definitely the heat. I didn't put a valve there, but assume that there's a valve and it can be manipulated and controlled, which is the heat transfer to the system. The disturbance can be the upstream flow rate conditions, such as the flow rate itself and the temperature that enters might not be monitored. The third question is identify the output variables and classify them as measured. So the measured here, it's definitely the temperature inside of the tank. Identify the constraints, hard and soft. So hard will be the inlet and outlet. Flow rate will be constricted by the pipe sizing, and the soft can be the fluid temperature for operating objective. We can say this is a continuous process as we'll continuously monitor and adjust the flow rate, also continuously adjusting the heating. Discuss safety, environmental or economic considerations. We haven't identified if this is just pure water or a hazardous chemical product, but either way we are dealing with a hot fluid. So for safety, if the tank controls were to fail or if it was to overflow, it will cause serious injuries to individuals or even materials of the construction. For economics, we can consider the heating costs involved, spillage cost, and also the process quality cost. Environmental, if this is a chemical product, will definitely cause damage to the environment. Also, since we are using heat, we are also consuming a lot of energy. To discuss the types of control such as feedback and feed forward, let us start with feedback. So for feedback, we measure the value of the output, and this can be literally anything. It can be flow rate, pressure, concentration, but in this scenario we measure the temperature, and we are going to go back to the manipulated variable and do some adjustments. So for this scenario, we are going to measure the temperature of the tank fluid and manipulate the heat transfer to the system. We are also going to put some controls in place, such as the control analyzer and the temperature analyzer, which will measure the tank fluid and go back and tell our manipulator if it should increase or decrease the heat transfer to the system. For example, if the temperature that we want it's too low, it might increase so that we can increase the temperature, and if the temperature is too high, it might decrease the temperature transfer to the system so that we can go back to our objective and maintain the operating temperature inside of the tank. For the feed forward, we will have to measure the disturbance directly, anticipate its effects, and take actions that are needed. So in this scenario, we are going to measure the upstream, which is our disturbance, the flow rate, and go back and control a manipulated variable. I really hope this made sense. Thank you so much for watching.